In what areas should federal money be spent during the pandemic?
You know, I think that the federal government should probably give money to some of the healthcare places. Obviously, I think the infrastructure healthcare in Canada might not be entirely prepared for this epidemic. I think one of the big things is going to be ICU beds, so definitely making sure that that's taken care of. But also, I guess, evening the playing field. I tried to take my mom for a foot health care appointment, and she wasn't allowed to go into the office, but they would come to her home, and so that was a little odd. So I just kind of think making sure that we're properly funding all health care for everyone is important.
I think they've done a pretty good job so far. I really don't have a hell of a lot of a criticism for them. I think the government's done pretty good for, when you look at other countries, like particularly the States, where they're dragging their heels on a lot of relief efforts. I think Trudeau's doing pretty good.
I think consumer good is doing good, okay, so that doesn't require. But I think mostly travel and these kind of sectors.
Tourism and travel actually,
which get impacted.
I think these business should get at least with some support from the government.
Well, I certainly think that some of the small people or small shops that need help should get some help. Because I'm a senior, I did get a little bit of help, which I'm quite happy with, and I don't ask for any more. But I do feel sorry for the small business guy who just can't make it being closed. And how are they ever going to catch up? I don't know.
I think it should be focused in general. I'll give you my answer in general would be focused on initiatives that would help ensure survival of local businesses, local employment, and those businesses that really kind of drive the economy locally. Money stays here, revenue stays here, taxes stay here, employment stays here.
Well, predominantly it should be distributed with the healthcare agencies.
Well, right now it should be protecting the small businesses and the people who can't afford to keep their businesses, can't afford to pay their rent for their business. They're losing their, it's really killing the small businesses, small store owners, mom and pop shops like that. And I think that's going to have a really big effect right now in the future. It's going to be really hard to catch up. And also the people who are being laid off right now, the unemployment's gone crazy. I know they're doing some things about that, but really the businesses, the small businesses.
I think 100% supporting people and the small businesses.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. The cost to restart a broken economy far outweighs the cost to ride a broken economy on some sort of level to surviving.
Definitely in education, so that the kids can have a good upbringing and a good way of seeing things, a good backup that can help them develop as they should, and mental health services, violence against women services for sure, that's one too, charities, homelessness, all those things I think are very important.
Directly to the people is probably better than loans to businesses, say.
I know they're taking care of the old age houses, and they try to take care of the teachers. They leave the schools open. I'm a teacher myself, retired, but I'm still work part-time. And I think for the economy it's good to leave it open, and it's good for the mental of the kids to go to school, and also it helps the parents who have to go to work. I think they did a good job. They cannot do more. That's what they do now, right?
Well, I think it's great that the feds support everybody. I mean, the other alternative is a recession or depression. I went through the one in 1981. It didn't work very well, and you're going to go to hawk the country anyway, regardless. So you may as well, if you're going to go in, don't bring everybody down with you. Interest rates, inflation, everything would skyrocket. To me, is what the alternative would be. So, like I say, I've actually lived through that one, and a couple more there.
I think they've done an amazing job with their CERB programs, their business programs. Some of the business programs could probably use a bit more tweaking, like the rental assistance. However, inside of that, this is something brand new for everybody all across the world. So I think the federal government is doing the best they possibly can with the resources we have. And the amount of money they've spent on the CERB and CRB at the current moment is unbelievable, and I think many people are benefiting from it and surviving with it. So I think they've done a great job for the resources that we have and the experience we have.
I think they're going about it the right way in terms of supporting communities of the workforce. I think the money they should spend is definitely needs to be on the working class, people who are working for a living, who are earning wages, and who are losing those wages. So I think I always fall back on the working class. If it's helping them, then it's good because they need the help. They're the majority, and they're actually keep the economy running. So I think that what helps the working class is best for the country.